Oops, I'm crooked. My paper's crooked. Alright. Trying to find myself on my laptop here. Just a moment. Okay. Nobody's here just yet. Just me. Alright, there I am. I just hope. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Debbie. Hey, Miranda. Hi, Susan. Hey, Jules. Oh, my goodness. I'm so glad y'all are joining me. Oh, I sure missed y'all last week. But I'm going to tell you what, that crud hit me so hard. It was horrible. And I think I know who I got it from. I got it from that son of ours. He's had it, seems like, several weeks, and I know good and well I got it from him, since he works at the grocery store where I do. But anyway, I tried to stay away from him. You know, that's kind of hard, especially when you work with the public. It's hard to stay away from people. But I am better. I'll probably cough some. Hi, sis. Glad you joined us. But I'm going to try my best not to sniffle. Excuse me. Hey, Jessie. So, anyway, I'm to y'all. Wait just a minute. I got something. I had something in my tooth. Sorry. Anyway, I had 2 cards prepared to do like last week. So, I'm going to do them this week. Very first one, we're going to do some watercoloring. We're going to be using the By the Bay. Now, this is one that you can get free. Hi, Carrie. It's a Sale-A-Bration stamp set, so you can get this one free. It's the new cling stamp set. They're real clingy. Now, I did not put the backing on mine. Some of the first ones I did, but I found that when I did that, I was having a really hard time pulling them off of here. And I'm not one of those that likes to save all of that extra rubber to sit it back down in. I don't know why. It just bugs me. So I don't do that. So I was having problems pulling them off of here. So I decided to just not put this on the back. And they still cling awesome. I'm telling you, look at this. They still cling good. So it's just they're not suctioned down here so hard that you've got to be super careful when you peel them off, you know. But they cling good. They still stamp like they're supposed to. And that's all that matters to me. But anyway, I told y'all I was going to make something with this By the Bay. And I finally did. And I did it with watercolors. Probably the next one I'll do, I may do it with our Stampin' Blends. But I haven't decided yet. But I wanted my first one to be made using the watercolors. So, our card base is Whisper White Thick. And it is 8.5 by 5.5. I've got it scored at 4 1/4. We're going to go ahead and give it a fold on that score line. And then we're going to give it a nice crease here. Hi, Kaylee. Everybody congratulate Kaylee. Her and her hubby, Matt, and their beautiful, darling daughter, Carly, are going to be an addition to their family. In about 5 months, they're having another little girl. So happy for them. It's awesome. Okay, we're going to open this away right here. So there's our base. Well, really what we're going to do is open this away. Hi, Mona. So I'm going to lay that right up there because I don't need it just yet. We have got 2 pieces of Balmy Blue. These are cut at 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. One for the front and one for the inside. I have okay, what did I do with it? Alright, I don't know what I've done with it. Let me get me another one. Sorry, guys. I thought I had it over there. Oh, I know I do. I know where I have it. Never mind. Da-da-da. I have it in my Stamparatus. I have a piece of watercolor paper. This is what I'm going to do my stamping on. Is this watercolor paper because it just does really well with the watercoloring. And this is just, I'm not even sure what size this is. I just had a piece. And I've got my stamp on my Stamparatus already. I need to straighten it up just a little, I think. Let me make sure. Because what we're going to do, we're going to stamp and let it dry for just a moment. Let me move it down just a little. I think I had it up just a little higher than what I want. Now then, let me make sure it's straight. That looks pretty straight, which is fine anyway, because we are going to cut it out, because we are going to be using the rectangled stitched framelits. And guess what? I didn't even get them out. I gotta see if I can find what I've done with those things. Oh, I don't know. They're here somewhere. Let me tell you. I know they are. There they are. Here's our rectangle stitch framelits right here. And we're going to be using, like, there's the biggest one. Whoopsie, look at there. That magnet is so strong. It's just sucked it down. I'm going to use the third from the biggest. That's what we're going to be using. Or maybe that's the fourth from the biggest. Whatever. Anyway, that's what we're going to use. So I'm going to go ahead and lay that out. I thought I had everything prepared, but should have known better, shouldn't I? I'll show you what I found. Look at here. I found it. It was where I put it. You know, kind of works that way. I've got it wet and ready. Alrighty, we're going to put our stamp case right under our Stamparatus over here to give it some leverage while we ink up our stamp. I'm using StazOn because StazOn is the best thing to use with watercolor pencils or watercoloring. So I'm going to use StazOn. I'm going to ink up. Well, it'd help if I took the plastic off. Okay, now we know how the evening's going to go. Oh, yeah, it's going to go so good. So good. Anyway, so we're going to use our StazOn. We're going to do this first and let it dry because, you know, it takes StazOn just a few more minutes to dry. Then it does some others. And we're going to just rub this really good so we can get a good print on here. And if we don't, because we are using the Stamparatus, we can ink it up again because, yeah, that looks pretty good. But I think I want it just a smidgen darker, maybe right in here. So I'm going to put some more ink on it. And the beauty of the Stamparatus is it goes right back down to where it was at. It's not like trying to line it up with your stamping blocks, which even with the photopolymer I am not good at. I have lucked up and got them lined up before, but on the norm, not really good at relining up. So that's one of the beautiful things about the Stamparatus. It's awesome. It just goes right back down to where it was at. Look at there. All right, that is good, good, good. So I'm going to use my chamois, and I'm going to wipe as much of this off. Now, I've never used it on the StazOn ink before, but it's coming off pretty good. And I'll get the StazOn cleaner to hold of it in a little while. Okay, that over there. I'm going to take this off. I'm going to set it over here out of my way. I'm going to move these magnets. Boy, they're strong. So I'm going to lay that right there so it can dry. And we're going to do our other stamping, which we're going to do some stamping on this. And, man, I'm just really good today. Here, I think I have everything, and then I don't. All right. I need another piece of Whisper White Thick, I think. I'm just, gosh almighty Moses here. Let me see. I think this is a little bigger than what I normally make it. No, it's not. Okay. I'm going to cut a piece of another piece of Whisper White Thick. I'm going to cut it at 4 by 2 3/4. So we're going to go this way with the 4 because I'm going to do some watercoloring for my inside to tie the inside to the outside into my envelope. So I want to use Whisper White Thick since I'm going to watercolor it. Okay, that's probably why I forgot to get it, because I have plenty of Whisper White cut to this size, but I don't have any Whisper White Thick cut to this size. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to stamp our envelope. That's my card base. Where's my envelope? There's my envelope. Oh, my stars, she's Sharon. We're going to stamp our envelope. We're going to stamp our inside sentiment and inside, and then we're going to stamp our sentiment that I'm going to put on the front, and that's going to be on this piece. We are using, on the front, we're going to use May All Your Paths Lead to Happiness. On the inside, Thinking of You. And then also on the inside, I'm going to stamp the seashell. And I'm going to stamp the seashell on the envelope also. So we're going to, use my Memento Tuxedo Black for my sentiment stamping. And I am going to stamp this. Let me look at my sample here. Yep, that's what I thought. I'm going to stamp this right up here in this corner. Right there. That looks good. That's stamped straight too. I'm pleased with that. Like, surprise, surprise. Sharon stamped it straight. Now then, we're going to use our Stays On and make a big mess. Oh, it didn't. Good deal. I was afraid that it had. That goes with that. We are next going to do our seashell. And I'm going to stamp it with, ink it up with the Stays On. And I'm going to stamp it right down here in this corner. And then I am going to stamp the seashell on the envelope right over here in this corner. Okay. I'm going to use my shame here. Clean that one too. Because the Stays On cleaner for the Stays On ink is not really good for our clean stamps. So it's going to be harder to clean them, I think. But this is coming off pretty good. All right, now we're going to do the Thinking of You, and I'm going to put that on the inside sentiment right here with the Memento Tuxedo Black. Thinking of You. Right there in that corner. That one's crooked, but I'm not going to fret over it. I think it'll be okay. Because I'm not going to start over or anything. I'm going to cap the ink pads. Now, give these a moment to dry, and we're going to go ahead and start inking and coloring up our image here. We are using Soft Suede, Balmy Blue, Costa Cabana, Basic Gray, Pear Pizzazz, Crumb Cake, and Smoky Slate, and a blending pen. I like to use the stamp sets or the stamp pads to watercolor sometimes, and that's what I decided to do with this. And I am not squishing mine. I'm going to show y'all what I'm going to do. I'm going to, let me see what I'm going to color first. I think the first thing we're going to color is the block wall here. Around this, I'm looking to see if I can remember. Smoky Slate is what I colored that in. And what I want to do is I'm just going to do it like this. And then I'm going to take my pen. I'm going to make sure it's clean. And I'm just going to dip it in my pad like that. And I'm going to tap it off some there. And then I'm just going to start coloring. Because I don't want to get it too dark when I first start, so I'm just going to color it from the side of it and just roll it with it. And I'm going to come out further because of the fact that I am going to use a rectangle stitched die to cut this out, so I want some color out to the edge of it whenever I do cut it. That way it's not just going to go plump and end, you know what I'm saying? I want color to come on out also. So I'm going to color it on further out than what it looks like it's supposed to do. But it looks really nice, I'm telling you. With my sample, I really was pleased with how that happened and how it looked with it. So there's our wall. And I'm going to come on down. I'm going to come on down with it. I'm going to blend it here. Got a little dark right here. So I'm going to see if I can come off with some of that. See if I can blend some of that off. It's not blending off like I wanted it to, but that's okay. I think it's still going to be okay. Okay, we're going to come from the side. See, yep, I did a little too much right there. But that's okay too. Let's get some color right there. All right. Now then, we're going to come on up with our color here and get this wall here. And get a little color here. Roll it a little bit, get a little bit of that color. Because even with the color here, it's still working really good to pull not too awful much of the color coming from the side or the back side of my blending pen. Alrighty, I'm pleased with that. Okay, let me see, what else did I use this on? That's all I used it on? Well, nope, I used it on these also. So let's go ahead and try and use each color for everything that I used it for and just kind of do assembly line like, and that way I can get it all done. Let me see. Oh, the shell. That's bad. I couldn't even remember what in the world I colored on the here. Okay, we're going to get a little bit of these rocks here. There's a couple of rocks. I'm going to go ahead and get those. And we're going to get this shell colored in also. Alrighty, we're going to clean all of that off. Now then, we're going to close the smoky slate and set it over here out of the way. Now, our next color we're going to use is, well, flitter-dee-dee on me. Leave it to me to forget something. I forgot the rocks down here. Hey, it's a good thing that I made a sample. Oopsie, got too much. Let's get some of this rocks down here. Yeah, there we go. Doesn't have to be perfectly everything covered, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Now, oopsie. Okay. Now we're going to go with the basic gray, and that's what we're going to color the roofs of the little houses with. Both of them. The small house and the bigger house. And I'm going to swap sides. For the moment, I'm just going to swap sides back and forth with this. So I won't have so much of one color anywhere. I'm going to move those out of the way because I don't need those at the moment. And we're going to start with this smaller house here. And we're just going to put a little bit of this basic gray on the roof. Color the chimney there also. Let's see. Yeah, we need to get this chimney here too. Okay, here's the little bitty. This is probably the pump house right here. I don't really know. I'm just guessing. I'm going to do this gray around the outside of the windows and the door frame here. This one, that window. There's this window right here too. And then we're going to come across here know if you can see that or not. There's some railing there that I wanted to do in that gray also. All right, now that's all we needed the basic gray for, is the roof and that little bit right there. Now then, we are going to use, let me see, what was it I used for the house? Soft suede. Smoky slate, soft suede. Oh, there's my soft suede. Okay, we're going to color our house in soft suede. We're going to come back to this side right here. Got too much on it, so I'm going to pull a lot of that off. Do just a smidgen right there. And we're going to start right here and just come down. We're just going to lightly color our house, our little pump house here. Just let me come around with this, like this. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect, because I mean, these houses are on the beach, they're on the shore, and you know how the waves and the winds come and blow, and so you blow some of the color off and the goodies off of the house. So it doesn't have to be perfect, because some of the water, the coloring is going to be faded because of that. So I think that's all we needed the soft suede for. Yep, that's it for the soft suede. Okay, now then, we're going to go with a pear pizzazz. You know how I love pear pizzazz for my trees and things. So that's what we're going to use for these bushes and the grass. Let's take some of that off. I'm going to come, let's take a little more of that off. Let's see, let's take some more of that off right there. I'm going to come down through here. I'm going to come some grass and these shrubs here at the house. So we've got a big old shrub right there. And here's some grass here. You know how grass sometimes is just spotty at the beach. And that shrub there. Here's some. Here's one here. Here's a bit here. Oh my goodness, I just love this stamp set. I love it. I wish it was in the occasions catalog instead of the celebration, because it's going to retire and then I won't be using it. And so I'm going to have to make as many things as I can before this baby retires. Because I just love this. Look at there. Isn't that awesome? Okay. That's our pear pizzazz. Now then, we're going to go next to our... Oh, goodness, here. First one that I've had since before Christmas. Self-controls. Oh, all right, Miranda. Hi, Sally. You took the day off. Awesome. That is awesome. I know Sydney was happy, wasn't she? I am sure she was excited that Mama took the day off. Oh, I know, Miranda. I love those special catalogs, too. They're awesome. Okay, now we're going to go with our crumb cake here. And with our crumb cake, we're going to get the dirt and everything on the beach and up here in the yard, the sandy parts here, you know, around where this grass is at. And you think it's supposed to be, and where got this here, yeah. Just like this. And we missed some grass here. Let's get that grass right there. Just need a little to get this grass right here. Okay, let's get back to our dirt. We're going to come way out with our dirt. Yeah. Come way out with it. Okay. Yeah, here. It's not going to matter, guys. This is going to be cut off. So it doesn't matter that it looks awful. Way out there. Okay. Now then, we're going to come right down here. And get right in here. Okay. Now then, let's see what else. Okay, we've got a little bit right in here on where our shell is sitting on the seashore. Get it on our envelope here also. Right in there. Now then, look at there. Looks good, looks good. Let's clean this one off. Now then, let's close both of these up. Set them over there. Next, we're going to do our ocean. And we're going to do our ocean in the, let me see. We're going to do our ocean in the Costa Cabana. I'm not going to click that all the way because it was probably going to give me problems shutting it. It did the other day when I used it. Okay, I'm going to pull a lot of that off. Now then, I'm going to start with our water right here. All of our water. Ooh, look at that. Water up here on our rocks too. Okay. My water's a funky color. I've got some of this other ink on here. I think it's from me rubbing it over there. Let me try this end. But you know, sometimes the water is not perfectly clear blue anyway. So I think this will be okay. Got a little yellow tint to it, just a little bit, but I think that'll be all right. Okay, that should be enough of that. Now, the last thing we're going to do is our sky. Whoops, wait a minute. I got to do our water here and here. About to forget our water on our inside and on our envelope, wasn't I? Just get a little bit of water here. Whoopsie, too dark. Yeah, that's okay. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? Doesn't have a yellow tint to it anyway. Okay. Now then, let's get the envelope. There, it's a bit lighter. Looks good. That looks good. I like that. Okay. Now, set those over here. And now then, we're going to use the Balmy Blue for our sky. And then we're going to be done with our color, and we can put this card together. We're done. Fairly good. Yeah, just half hour. Not bad. Sorry, I'm not reading comments. Does that pen have alcohol in it? Or so, no, it's not a dry pen, Shelley. I don't think it's alcohol because of the fact that it's watercolor. It's some kind of, I'm not sure. Miranda, do you know what this is inside of our blender pens? I'm not really sure. I haven't really, I know I heard at some point or another what's on the inside. It comes in a 3-pack. Let me get a thing here. Let me get one and let me see if it tells on it. Okay, where are they at? I know I had some. There they are. It comes in the 3-pack. It says blender pens. Color or outline stamped images. Pull and blend colors with blender pen. Okay. Let me see. It doesn't say on here what's on the inside either. So I honestly do not know. Okay, Miranda's checking on the website for see if she can find out for you, Shelley. Thank you, Miranda. I appreciate you doing that for me. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to get started on our sky here. And start coloring our sky. I'm going to start up here. We're going to work our way down. I've got a little more up there than what I wanted. Came in darker than I wanted, but I'm not surprised. I'm good at that. Okay. The sky's looking stormy, isn't it? Although it's not dark. There's no black in this, but it looks starting to look a little stormy. Okay, look here. It looks a little calmer over here on top of the house. So let's see. We can going to get me a sponge, and I'm going to see if I can blend some of that out a little bit. Maybe. It says these jewels is specialized solution. Okay, so it doesn't say what's in the specialized solution, does it? Okay, Shelly, I'm sorry. We don't know. It's a specialized solution of something. Okay. That's lightening that up a little bit. Not as much as I wanted, but that'll be okay. That'll be okay. Okay. I haven't marked too much of it off. Alrighty. Okay. Now then. I think we probably got all we want right there. Okay. Because we're not going to come across here so much, as we're going to be closer in. Okay, now then, that's all we need of our balmy blue. Now, I'm going to cap. Well, it helps if I turn it around and cap it from the right end, doesn't it? Cap our blender pans, throw that sponge over there. Alright, we're going to get our big shot over here. Okay. I've got the metallic platform. I've got the precision plate on here because the second card we're going to make, I needed the precision plate, so I'm going to leave that on there, and we're going to put our card layer there. We're going to take our stitched excuse me, sorry guys, our stitched rectangle label. We're going to lay it down here. See, I told you there's going to be so much of it cut off, but it not far enough. I'm going to see, I'm going to try and center it. I think that probably worked pretty well right there. We're going to lay our standard plate on top. We're going to run this baby through. See, when we use the precision plate, I don't have to have a standard plate on the bottom, just one on the top of my die. And look there. Is that not gorgeous? I love that. I love it, love it, love it. Might be just a smidgen crooked, but I'm not going to fret. I'm not fretting today. I am not going to fret over anything tonight. Whether I'm a smidgen crooked or whatever. I'm not going to fret. Okay, now then, we're going to put our card together. So we're going to get our card base. We're going to put our layers down. We're going to use our Tombow Mono glue, and we're going to, look at this. I'm going to have to get a new blade on my trimmer. It's got a little fuzzies on here. Okay. I'm going to lay this down just like this. I think I may have cut that just a smidgen big. Just a smidgen too big. But alrighty, I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not fretting over anything. I already got something under my nails. Okay. Alright, we're going to lay this down here, the inside, just like this, right here. Now, our layer on the front. Okay, making sure, going the right direction. Now then, I'm going to get this one laid down. I'm going to center this one. Maybe a little better than I centered it on the inside. Yeah, I think so. Maybe a smidgen off over here, but like I said, I'm not fretting, I'm not fretting, I'm not fretting tonight. Alright, now then, Tell you what, I had to have some pop on this, so I had to put dimensionals on this card. So dimensionals it is, and I'm going to tell you what a bunch. Because you know I cannot stand any of it sagging down. Do not like a saggy card. I put dimensionals on here. I don't want no place to be sagging. Looks terrible to me when it sags. So, ooh. I don't know where. Oh, there it is. So I was gonna say, I don't know where the top of that dimensional went, but there it was, stuck right there. All right, now then, we'll lay those over there. I'm gonna take these off. Right up there. Oh, there's the one that's got off already. Okay. Tell you what, the other day I grabbed a corner or the pointy part of one of these dimensionals up under my thumbnail, and it just bled. It just stuck it like an old needle up in under my thumbnail. All right, this I'm going to set it about right in here. And there we are. There's our card. What do y'all think? Here's the first one I made. Here's the inside. So that's how they look. Ta-da! So there's our card, our first card. Thank you, Shannon. I'm glad you joined us. All right, oh man. I'll tell you what, I love this stamp set. I love it, love it, love it. Like I said, I wish it was in the Occasions catalog, because maybe they would have went on into the annual with it. But since it's a celebration, those retire for sure. Alrighty. I know this says Valentine over here on this side, but I'm going to switch it over because I've got it so messy on this side. We're going to flip it over, and we're going to make a sympathy card. I do not have any in my stock whatsoever. We are going to use the Well Written Framelits Dies and the Well Said stamp sets. I love this stamp sets. These are the Occasions catalogs. These dies are awesome. And, I mean, there's so much to this. I mean, look at this. Look at all the single words. And then we've got all of these sentiments here that we can use. And then we've got words that we can cut out with our die, like sympathy. Going to be cutting sympathy out with our die. And we have butterflies we're going to be cutting out. And we have some leaves that we're going to cut out with our dies. And then we're going to use this the stamp, Know That Love, Prayers, and Caring Surround You Today. That's going to go on the inside of our card. We're going to have a basic black card base. It's 8.5 by 5.5. I've scored it at 4 1/4. We're going to give it a good fold and a crease it here on the fold line. Just like this right here. Okay, we're going to open this away with it. Not this away. This away. We have got 2 pieces of... let's see, what is this? Oh, I'd use Balmy Blue again. 5 1/4 by 4. But now I'm supposed to... Oh, yeah, here it is. I knew I was supposed to have some base, Whisper White. Our Whisper White is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And then we're putting our Balmy Blue on top of it, which is 5 1/4 by 4. So we're going to have these 3 layers here, like this. Okay. So, and then our layer on the inside, which I don't know what I did with it. Oh, me, oh my. Here it is, right here. It's 4 by 2 3/4. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go ahead and do our Big Shot work. This is what I needed the precision plate for on our Big Shot. So let's get her over here. Her back over here. Get my plate. Now, sympathy, I'm cutting it out in black, and I'll tell you what I've already used. I am using our awesome multi-purpose adhesive sheets. Hey, Winnie. Yes, Sharon, you do need this bundle to cut these out. So I have already attached that to the back of my cardstock. Here's our sympathy, and that's what I'm cutting out in the basic black. In this, let me see what's green. Pear Pizzazz. I am cutting out our vines. And then in this Blushing Bride, I'm going to cut out our butterflies. I need 3 butterflies, so I'm going to have to cut 2 more after I cut this. So there we are. And we're going to put our standard plate on top, and we're going to run it through. And because of the fact that this has got the adhesive sheet on the back, I'm going to give it some extra run-throughs because of that it's thicker. So, alright. Now then, so we're going to set this aside, this aside. We're going to see if we can get, there's part of it. Get this attached. Okay, let's get our piercing tool to use. Put that right there, because I want to get the butterfly out of this one. There it comes, so that I can cut out another butterfly. Okay, and then a 3rd butterfly. Scoot her down there. Okay. Sounds like it's clicking, and it really is, but it doesn't hurt it. It just the noise it makes. Just the noise it makes. Okay, now throw this up there. We're going to scoot stuff out of our way. And we're going to pop out all these little things here from our butterfly. Pop our butterfly out. I'm going to lay my dies up there too. That way I know right where they're at. And pop these out of these butterflies. Okay, I'm going to lay these butterflies right over here. Now we're going to pop our leaves off of here. Okay, I think it'd probably be easier to pop them out while I've got it right here. Just pop these out. I like my brushing sponge, but sometimes with some of these it's just a lot quicker just to use your piercing tool to pop out some of these. Now the little beauty things, lots of times it's easier just to use your brush and your base for it to pop them out. Here, some of this is just the tops coming off and leaving the base. Oopsie. The bottom of the adhesive on there. But that's okay, because it'll come off whenever I peel it off to put it on my card. So it's okay, it's not going to matter. Set that out of the way. Okay. See, it doesn't take too long because these are big enough pieces. It's not like those that we do that's so tiny and it takes forever. And I try to have those done beforehand because I don't want to take up forever time, you know. So, anyways, here we go. Let's get that off of there. See if that'll come on off. There it goes. Now then, there's our vines. Now we're going to do our sympathy. And it stayed right with the die. So we're just going to do this here with it. And pop it out. Okay. Lay it right there. That middle of our S, our A, this out of our T's, T here. Okay, let's get that up there out of the way. Lay that over there. Now then, all right, now we're going to put our card together. And I'm going to go ahead and first I'm going to stamp the inside if I can find what I do with my stamp. It's on the block. It's over here, right where I put it. Good place for it, isn't it? Right where I put it. Now then, can't find my ink. Yeah, I have an ink pad now. Okay, I'm trying to decide which way is up. Know that, yep. Because yes, I have stepped upside down before. I have. Okay, crooked. Let me see how bad crooked. That's not horribly bad, but it's bad. Let's see. Let's go. Sorry, I know my noggin's in the way. Better. Okay, we're gonna go with that side. Alright, throw that up there. Now then, we're going to set that aside. We're going to put our bases together, our layers here. And we're going to get our some glue for that. Put our layers together and we'll be done. Be done with this card. You know what? I don't know that I did an envelope. I just got to find what. I don't think I pulled an envelope out. Alright, I'm going to... I know this is probably crooked to y'all guys. I'm sorry. Let me try and straighten myself out. I'm a little crooked today. But I'm going to tell y'all, a very sweet man that used to shop in our store all the time. His brother and sister-in-law still do. Known them a long time because their daughter went to school with mine. And, I met her uncle at this grocery store because he was shopping in the store, and he passed away over the weekend, and I was sorry to hear that. And then there's this. Then we had a gentleman that passed away that used to come in the store all the time. That I go to church with his son and daughter-in-law. And he passed away over the weekend. So there's been 2 deaths of people I know over the weekend. They have both been sick. And they're both on up there in years. But still, it's sad to lose a loved one. I don't know how it is to lose a brother. But, you know. It's sad to lose a friend. So, anywho's, I talked to his brother, the first one, the older man, that our daughter went to school with, their daughter. I talked to him today. Him and his wife are in the store, and he was holding up really well. He said that he's in a better place, and he knows he's happy now. So he never had children of his own. He treated his nieces and nephews as his children. So I think that's wonderful to have an uncle that thinks you are his child too. But he was a really precious man. So sweet when he'd come in the store. He always bought chewing tobacco. So, but he wasn't one of those that had it running out of the corners of his mouth, you know. Can't stand that part. Years and years and years ago, we used to have a young man. Look how easy that is, and it makes this a sticker now, and I can just put my butterfly right there. Just stick it on. Awesome! Love that. Now then, we're going to put our vines up through here. But anyway, a long time ago, we used to have this customer that come in, bless his heart. I know that he was slow. I'm not saying he had mental issues or anything. He was just slow. And he chewed tobacco. And oh my goodness. It ran out both sides of his mouth. And I just felt so for him. And he liked one of my head cashiers. And it was just, she was always so extra sweet to him. And she's a special lady anyway. But back then, her being a teenager and a young man like that, you know, showing her a little bit of attention because he liked her, I was really proud of how well she handled it because, you know, everybody doesn't. Everybody doesn't. So, alrighty. I think I need to cut another butterfly. I think I do. Because I need one for the envelope. Alrighty, let's do us another butterfly real quick. It's going to take just a moment here because I've got enough right here. Our butterfly's right here, and it's enough. I guess that's why I cut it that big. And I forgot. Oopsie. Okay, so just a moment. That's all it took. Okay, now then, our envelope. Here's my envelope. I knew I had to have gotten an envelope somewhere or other. Oh, me too, Miranda. I hope it carries over too because I love this. And I think a lot of people do. So I'm hoping and praying, oh, please, Lord, just let this one carry over. Because I think it's going to be a popular one with everybody. You know, and if they put it in the annual catalog, it's going to be awesome. But here we are. Here is my sympathy card. Nothing fancy about it. Really just pretty plain. But I like it. I like it. And there we have it. Let's move this out of the way. So we'll have everything out of the way. Look at there. Nearly just perfect timing here. And here's our other card. Trying to keep the trash out of them. Now then, get the trash and everything else out of the way, where you can see the cards and the envelopes. And let's do it this way. And here we are. This is tonight's offering, ladies. I don't know if Mike came on tonight or not. I never saw him. So he said he's watching a lot later. So Mike, when you watch this, I'm just going to tell you hello now. But anyway, that's it for tonight, ladies. Thank y'all so much for coming and watching and for all the love. And thank you for all the wonderful comments. And I just want to tell y'all, I love you guys. Thank y'all so very much. And good Lord willing, I will be back here next Monday evening, 7 Central, right here on the Praying Stamper. And I'm off the next 2 days since I worked yesterday all day long. So I'm off tomorrow and Wednesday. So don't plan on going anywhere tomorrow. I'm going to be right here in my crafty room. I'm not even going to do housework tomorrow. Laundry will wait till Wednesday. So I've got an appointment Wednesday. So that just kind of, it's my day. So anyway, this is it, ladies. Y'all just get in your crafty room, in your crafty space. Make something creative. If you want to, share it here on my page. I'd love for you to. I love seeing what y'all create. And thank y'all so much, so much, so much. Y'all have an awesomely blessed week. And I will see y'all next Monday. Love you guys. Bye.